Up to now, none of them has been obeyed. And in this particular one, I was attending a funeral of late Charles Rubia in Muranga. His Excellency President said quite clearly that Miguna should come back to the country. I heard it with my own ears. I was sitting in the crowd. My Lord, the Director of Immigration issued a press statement. The Director of Immigration, Mr. Muteshi, issued a press statement. And said it very clearly that the government will cooperate to facilitate return of Miguna to the country. All these were very encouraging statements to us who practice law every day. But when Miguna boarded Lufthansa to come back to Kenya, in Germany, police officers in Germany came and removed him from the flight. When he boarded Air France in France, police officers of France came and removed him from the plane. I personally took the trouble during the night to phone the Minister for Interior.
Lordship, I'm constrained to object, because those are issues of fact that are not in the government.
Well, I don't think there are any determination on what, let him lay a basis for what he's going to say.
Yes.
Yeah, and matters of fact in all, if they are relevant to what you want to say, we shall say so. I think we better back to you.
Thank you.
The difficulty I have is this.
Thank you, my Lord.
Is that I am not a respondent. I am acting for the respondent. So any allegations of fact made against the respondent, ideally the respondent should have an opportunity to be aware of those facts and be given an opportunity to respond. So if he goes on facts without the respondent having that opportunity.
In fact, I thought you mentioned a preliminary statement.
Very well, Your Lordship. If it's preliminary.
We are not even the merits of the application come later.
Thank you.
We are on the carrying on from the orders we made last time.
Yes.
And it started very well that the orders are not meant to embarrass. So it's very clear the development. Maybe you can.
I'm more or less coming to end, my Lord. Now, my Lord, the Minister told me that he was in the dark.
Pardon?
The Minister for Interior told me that he was in the dark. He had received an opinion from the Honorable Attorney General that court orders should be obeyed, and he did not understand why they were not being obeyed at all. My Lord, it is with this background that I say to myself, look, what is the purpose of continuing to argue the case before the Lordship? So that even if you give me orders, those orders will not be obeyed. What is the purpose of drawing your Lordships to international treaties? What is the purpose of drawing your Lordship to the laws relating to immigration? I have a very huge book, I haven't carried it this day, on the laws relating to immigration and legal authorities. If at the end you give me orders and those orders are not obeyed, I'm just wasting my time. I could spare my energy for something else. My Lord, it is a problem, a big problem. And my Lord, His Excellency, the Deputy President, has issued a statement in the Standard saying that court orders should be obeyed. I can pass it to the court, please.
Sorry, sir, all of you. We live in Kenya. So these are matters which you're just going to wind up your application.
Yes.
We know what has been said and we know what it belongs to this court.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are not doubting you.
Yes. My Lord, it is for this reason, it does appear that there is something, someone, somewhere, and so on who's controlling things, and we do not know who it is. What is happening? Who is this that is not causing court orders not to be obeyed, and so on? Who is he in relation to the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya? When we have senior officers of the state saying that orders are to be obeyed, including the Honorable Attorney General, what is going on? What is happening? And it's for this reason that I urge your Lordship respectfully that let the Honorable Attorney General come and throw some light on the matter. Why court orders have not been obeyed in the instant case? And who is this person who is calling shots and stopping Miguna from coming to the country? Again, I emphasize, my Lord, we are not here trying to embarrass the Honorable Attorney General at all in any way. The Honorable Attorney General happens to have been a judge whom we respected very much, and the President of the Court of Appeal, and is holding a very senior office which all of us do respect very much. And all that we want is Miguna to be returned to the country. And it is for this that we are asking for Attorney General to throw some light. My Lord, this is not meant to be a confrontational exercise. It is not meant to be an exercise where we are trying to show who knows more, or who can be more eloquent, or what and so on. We have a real problem in the country, and we need assistance from the Attorney General. We need a mature person to throw some light on what is happening, on what is going on. We're not trying to belittle anybody at all. It is not a battle of wits at all. It is a real problem. Here, lawyers, here, judges, very senior judges, have issued orders. They are there, but they do not seem to mean anything at all. What is it can be done to make sure that Miguna comes to the country? And from our training, my Lord, we are trained that we obey court orders, nothing more. Chacha Mwita has set out the orders clearly, and all that we are saying, let these orders be obeyed. That is all, my Lord.
So what is your conclusion on the orders you granted last time? You are insisting on the orders you made? I hope you are making a best spell at the way forward.
What I'm saying, the way forward, is that these orders should be obeyed. And the Honorable Attorney General should assist us to make sure they are obeyed. The Attorney General himself should step in and make sure the orders are obeyed. He's a senior legal officer of the government, the advisor of the government. Yeah, and if the orders are obeyed, my Lord, we have nothing else other than saying to the Attorney General, thank you very much for assisting us to get the orders obeyed. We want the orders to be obeyed. That is all, nothing more than that. We are not in a confrontational spirit here of legal authorities of what and so on. We have orders there, let them be obeyed. As simple as that.
So this year, he has made his point.
Maybe, I don't know, Mr. Victor Kamau for the first interested party just arrived.
Yes.
I don't know whether he needs to address the court before me. Victor Kamau, yes. For Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. Yes, first interested party.
Please, Your Lordship, sorry for late coming. My name is Kamau, appearing with my learned friend, Mr. Maweo, on behalf of the interested party. Your Lordship, I completely echo the words of my learned senior and mentor, Dr. Hominwa, that we have an extremely serious problem where the doctrine of priors politica is being breached. The doctrine of priors politica. That is the separation of powers. Your Lordship, the executive is treating orders of the court as small boy talk.
Your Lordship, I'm constrained to object.
Sorry?
Maybe the language, he says orders are not being obeyed. Let him talk.
No, there are accusations against the respondent.
But they are young from the bar.
That is the problem.
Yes, you will respond to them appropriately. And the me will narrow down the question Dr. Abim has said. He has said he made an application in good faith. He has expounded on what you want. Maybe that's what we will be responding.
Well,
and we'll hear you. Maybe you have good news for us also.
My Lord, may I say something? If I may say so, in all seriousness, my learned friend should be a good listener. No, my learned friend representing the Attorney General should be a good listener. May I say so? That's why we asked for a mature lawyer from the Attorney General's office. Yeah.
So, Your Lordship, I think really this problem would just be solved by a very simple obedience of the court's orders. And we can't get away from that. The respondents are obliged, not requested, obliged to obey court orders. Otherwise, what would be the point of anyone going to court? And what then would be the point of the law? They might just as well say that anyone with a problem, sort each other out. It's really a shame, Your Lordship, and I have to say that I would ask the court to take judicial notice of the fact that disobedience of court orders is a breach of Chapter 6 of the Constitution on ethics and integrity, as well as all other tenets, precepts, letter, and spirit of the Constitution. And therefore, it is a subversion, a serious subversion of the rule of law. And those who perpetrate it, Your Lordship, just like those who perpetrate corruption, have absolutely no moral authority to be in office. Your Lordship, all we are saying is, let the court be obeyed. It is very, very clear that the court had said that Dr. Miguna should be allowed in on the basis of his identity card. He cannot be expected to apply for a new passport when it is the government that actually destroyed his passport. They should replace it.
We can deal with that only when and if we go to the main motion. For now, we are still the similar issue raised by Dr. Miguna.
Very well, Your Lordship.
On the way forward.
Very well. The way forward, I think, really is that we are ready, as ordered by the court, as the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, we are ready to do our part as ordered, and we just urge that the respondents obey the court order and facilitate Dr. Miguna's entry into Kenya. That is all, Your Lordship.
Yes, my Lord, for the second interested party, I join issue with my two colleagues. But if I understand the orders made last week by yourself, was that the Attorney General or the Solicitor General appear before you today to explain what steps the government is taking to comply with the previous court orders. So my understanding of the issue this morning is whether the Attorney General, His Lordship Justice Paul Kihara Kariuki, is present in court to make that explanation. Or the Solicitor General, Mr. Ken Ogeto, who is also an officer of this court. In making the orders that the Attorney General appear before you, you were obviously cognizant that the Attorney General has officers under him. But the issue and the problem of non-compliance with the previous court orders has become so serious that it requires the explanation of the Attorney General himself in person. So he cannot send Mr. Bitter, whom I greatly respect, to come and represent him. Mr. Bitter could only be allowed that audience if he were presenting Dr. Miguna before you to say we have complied.
Your Lordship, with your permission, if I may, my learned senior was not present at the time you made the court order. I was present. The order was expressed that the AG or any other senior state counsel from his office, Mr. Bitter is a senior state counsel from his office. So let us understand the court order as it was. Yes, so that is the clarity I want this court to understand. Yes.
Sometimes, even when we are not in court, we watch court proceedings. They were live on TV. And from wherever I was, I watched. So the presence of Justice Paul Kihara Kariuki to explain to the court why the government of Kenya is failing or refusing to comply with the court orders is paramount. Non-compliance to court orders, even if they seem small, is being in contempt of the court, and it is highly inappropriate for the retired judge to show contempt to the institution he has belonged to for years, for decades. Therefore, on behalf of the second interested party, considering the responsibility of the Law Society under Section 4 of the Law Society of Kenya Act, we request your Lordship to issue specific orders that the Attorney General, in name Judge Paul Kihara Kariuki, or the Solicitor General, Mr. Kennedy Ogeto, appear in person before you on a later date so that they provide you with an explanation as to what steps the government is taking to comply, because that is the responsibility of the Attorney General under Article 156, sub-article 4A, is as being the principal legal advisor to the government. Mr. Bitter is not the principal legal advisor to the government. It is the Attorney General who is Paul Kihara Kariuki, retired judge. Thank you.
Judge, which question? Because as far as I'm concerned, if a party is seeking any order from the court, he must file an application. That application must be based on some facts or law. And it must be made known to the respondents. Under Article 50, the respondents must have prior notice of the allegations made specifically against them. And they must be given an opportunity to respond. This court gave a judgment in this matter in the year 2018. The court, once it gives judgment, is functus officio. There are only two other applications that can be had, either stay or enforcement applications, which have not been made this morning. Your Lordship, I don't think it is contemplated in the law that I will come to court and respond to general statements. And therefore, if there is any grievance by the applicants or interested parties, let them file an application so that we can respond. I don't think it falls for the petitioner or applicants to choose for the respondents who will appear on their behalf. Article 50 gives a party a right to choose an advocate of his own choice. They are not supervisors of the Office of the Attorney General to decide who handles matters in that office. It's a ridiculous application. But my instructions, Your Lordships, are this. We are ready to proceed with the application that was filed. We have filed a replying affidavit. Any other application, we request that it be made formally so the respondents are aware and are able to respond to the applications. But as to general statements made generally, I don't have instructions of the respondents to deal with statements they're not aware of.
May I respond, my Lord? Attorney General of the country is an institution that was inherited from the common law. And with the time, it has been given statutory position and constitutional position. Attorney General of a country, my Lord, and I'm speaking to you with tremendous respect as a former law officer of the country or for the East African community, is not merely a technician. It's not just like an advocate. It's not just like a legal officer in a corporate body at all. It holds a much bigger role, a bigger position. He goes beyond the mere technicalities of the law. And when the Attorney General of the country speaks, we all listen. My Lord, with tremendous respect to my able learned friend, the way he is addressing the court, he is not addressing the court as an Attorney General of the country at all. And I would say respectfully, my Lord, we need the Attorney General. I now support my learned friend. We need the Attorney General of the country to come and address this court. What we have here now before you falls very far short of an Attorney General of the country. We need an honorable Attorney General of the country. If he cannot come, let Solicitor General himself come. We're not dealing here with simple matters and so on, someone telling us about fungus official applications and so on. It's a big problem facing the nation. The whole world is looking at Kenya. What is going on in this country? And we have our Attorney General now telling us that we can only file an application. What is that? My Lord, we reject him. Let this gentleman get out of this brief. We need the Attorney General himself, or Solicitor General.
Thank you. If I may, I know the right of reply is limited. But I want to direct the attention
My Lord,
of the
with
court.
tremendous respect, this is a kind of talk or address that is most unacceptable. The country is facing a problem. And we have a young person.
I'm not writing.
Yes, I'm glad you're not writing what he is saying. It's not worth writing at all.
I can tell you the one you want to read.
Yes.
Your Lordship, if I may, Article 156 of the Constitution,
Yes.
Sub-Article 7 reads, my learned senior may not have the benefit of going through this provision, but may lead.
We don't take kindly to that insult. We have practiced constitutional law longer than this young boy. He can't tell us we don't know the Constitution.
May I say with respect,
Can I write a short ruling?
no, with respect, he is illiterate in the constitutional law.
We object to the way we're being treated by the Applicants' Council. We have a right. No, it's not
I was willing to hear that provision. It's already in my mind anyway. Whether they say it or not is not said. Let him read. But let's watch our language.
Yes, Your Lordship. Article 156 about Article 7 reads that the powers of the Attorney General may be exercised in person or by subordinate officers acting in accordance with the general or special instructions. So it is clear that the AG must not appear in person before this court. Yes.
My Lord, may I comment on that? What? No, may I just comment on that? Maybe exercised by a subordinate officer who is mature and broad-minded and has received good legal education.
Look, I was only going to say one little thing.
When are we going to finish?
No, give me just 2 minutes. In relation to Mr. Bitter's submission, I think we need to recognize that the Attorney General of a country is not just a technical person. The Attorney General exercises constitutional power.
Okay, let me do my ruling so that because he has already replied, he has said that one I can say to
Okay. Thank you.
Maybe in the next 10 minutes or so, I'll write something.
Okay. Yes.
Well, some of us happen to be miscellaneous lawyers who run from court to court. And just wondering if you may probably allow us to...
No, I have no problem. In the next 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
I normally do my rulings in court.
Oh, you normally do it in court.
I'll write it here.
So in 15 minutes...
I'll adjourn here.
Yeah.
But you can talk in low tones.
Yes.
Yes, as you right.
So, my Lord, we can also leave the courtroom.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't take long because
Thank you.
Finish.
Thank you, my Lord.
But I want to finish.
Yeah.
That is my approach.
Thank you, my Lord.
If I go there,
Thank you.
do the same brain.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, my Lord.
True.